Hi, my name's Andrew. Thank you for visiting my YouTube channel. And this video is a focus on Middle East seed capital investors, and it is part of a series of investor profiles for my Middle East database, which is going to be available in 2024. Just a bit of information about myself. I'm a fundraising strategist with 15 years of experience in high-end real estate sales and marketing, spanning Canada, Dubai, and the Caribbean. And over the past 2 years on Fiverr, I've assisted over 200 clients with startup fundraising, pitch deck refinement, investor outreach strategies, and custom investor databases. In addition, I'm an advisor to a New York-based investment company affiliated with a $60 billion fund. The fund focuses on various sectors, particularly income-producing real estate, with capital requirements for projects typically ranging from $10 to $20 million. These projects are selected based on their cash flow and growth potential. If you want more information on my services, you can just click my Fiverr link below. So this guide to Middle East capital includes the following, and it is a unique database I've been working on for quite a while. There's over 150 hours devoted specifically for this database, and this video series is going to not only include the basics of the database, but it's also going to include company profiles in each one. But to start off with, it has 325 companies, it has key contacts, the type of business, the sectors of potential investment interests that they have, it has their websites, the company emails at 274, and key contact emails over 470. And it also is unique because it has key outreach strategy points, and that's what makes this database very, very unique, and you're going to see more of it in Excel spreadsheet format a little bit later on in the video, and the database, of course, will be delivered in Excel spreadsheet format. Starting off, some key database statistics. There's 185 companies that are based in UAE, so just a little more than half of them are UAE based. 60 companies are based in Saudi Arabia, so about 18%. And 125 companies are either venture capital, private equity, or angel investor groups. So that makes up about 40% of it. It's the best database for first-time fundraising in the Middle East. This video highlights Hillside Enterprises in the UAE, and they are one of 325 venture capital, private equity, angel groups, and investment companies in my exclusive Middle East fundraising database. Company snapshot. They're based in the United Arab Emirates, and they're classified as an investment company and a venture capital firm. Their focus is on technology, fintech, and venture capital. Company description. Founded in 2013, Hillside Enterprises is a venture capital firm based in Dubai, United Arab Emirates. They are dedicated to enabling and developing innovative and emerging businesses across the world. Company focus, investor approach, and strategy. Hillside Enterprises, a Dubai-based venture capital fund founded in 2013, committed to enabling and developing innovative and emerging businesses globally. The firm employs a top-down investment strategy with a diverse portfolio covering sectors such as property development, insurance, AI, recruitment, recycling, and more. Investment focuses. Hillside Enterprises maintains an industry-agnostic approach to investments, focusing on detailed market analysis to determine product market fit for early-stage companies. The firm strategically takes minor stakes in companies, anywhere from 1 to 45%, with revenues ranging from 10 million to 250 million. Geographic Reach, headquartered in Dubai, Hillside Enterprises has a global presence, including operations in London and Los Angeles. The firm's investment strategy spans across diverse industries and geographical locations, reflecting its commitment to supporting businesses worldwide. And here are some of their previous investments. Potential investment opportunities to approach them with. So you're going to see my spreadsheet part of the presentation coming up just shortly. where I actually highlight all 325 companies on the spreadsheet. Now I have created this database for you to use to target and to set up a more sophisticated database as time goes on. And I've identified 3 different sectors for each of the firms to help you at least determine if that's a good company to approach. Now, it doesn't mean it's carved in stone, and it doesn't mean that these are 3 sectors that they're going to invest in today or tomorrow, but it's based on their website, it's based on press releases, it's based on previous investments they've made or their affiliate companies. So it is kind of a broad base, but it helps you at least start to target a little bit better. And given their past investment patterns and existing philosophy, you might want to propose the following investment opportunities for e-commerce, real estate, and consumer products to this firm, and that's a good place for you to start. One of the key benefits of my Middle East database is I've included the tips for investor outreach. And this is what makes it unique. There is no other database like this, and I specifically created this database with these tools for people who are doing their first time fundraising. If you've ever had to deal with fundraising in the Middle East, you know that's a little bit different than in the West. To build relationships is really key. You should not be sending your pitch deck or your investment opportunity off to CEOs or chairmen or partners on the first time you've introduced yourself to them. And in this database, you're going to see the spreadsheet coming up very shortly. You're going to have all 325 companies. You're going to see the entire spreadsheet of what's in this database. And you're going to see there's a lot of senior parties in there. There's a lot of CEOs and chairmen and founders. But the purpose of this database is to also grow up the intermediate levels in it. So you want to try to get contacts at the associate level, investment advisor, and director level, maybe vice president level as well. But those categories are really important for you to build a relationship with that firm before you start blasting off your material to them. It's really not going to make any sense to send a chairman or a CEO a pitch deck or an investment opportunity for a $50 million or $100 million real estate asset, because they're just going to kick it down to their associate or investment advisor. And already, you've already started off on the wrong foot with that company, because the first thing they're going to think is, why didn't you send it to me? So really, it's really important to keep these steps in mind. Now, what I've put in the database is key outreach touch points so that you can make these contacts. Now, there could be contacts on the database that you're comfortable to approach. There's also a ton of HR contacts, and I'm going to get to that in the next part of this on this slide. But let's say there is a contact that you have identified and you know and you're comfortable sending a note to. First of all, again, you're not sending a presentation to. You're simply doing outreach. So you might use the strategy in the email body. Hillside Ventures' commitment to tech-oriented investments is impressive. We've identified a synergy with our projects and initiatives. Now, you might want to just send a couple bullet points on what your project is, and then please contact me for more information. That is if you've already got a contact, because that contact's going to know that you've already done their homework. Remember, a lot of contacts in these firms, they're not on their websites. They're not easy to find. So if someone gets an email, they're going to figure out that you've done a little bit of homework. Now, the harder part is when there is no contact that you know, or you're not comfortable sending anything to a chairman or a CEO yet. And that's actually better that you use this strategy. So the strategy for this case would be to send an email to either the info at or the HR contact. If you send this type of an email to an HR contact, they're going to do one of 2 things. They're going to send you a note back saying you should contact so-and-so, here's their title and their email. Or they're going to forward your email to the party that should handle it. In other words, whoever handles deal flow in their firm, because that's what they're there for. The HR contacts are a contact in companies that is it's underutilized, to be honest, and they're the people that you should be contacting for to do a little bit of that research to find out who the right party is, because that party that they send you to is going to be your first touch point, and that's who you're going to build the relationships with. So what would that email look like? Well, the subject heading could say collaborations with Hillside Enterprises, and then your key initial email approach may include copies such as, we're keen on discussing mutual beneficial opportunities. Who might we speak with? So you know the person that gets that at HR is going to do the right thing, because that's their job. Now, then you're set. You're going to probably end up talking to somebody at an associate investment advisor or director level. You want to explore the focus of their company. You want to understand their internal process when it comes to handling deal flow. Now, when I was working in the Middle East, I helped develop our company database for this purpose because we had a company database that we went out to when we had real estate opportunities, and we were dealing with large opportunities, 50 million to 250 million US dollars. We were not a broker. We were not on the front line of residential real estate. We handled the larger projects, and we were working on behalf of ultra high net worth individuals and groups on both the buy side and the sell side. Now, basically what that means is if a ultra high net worth individual wanted to come, and this happened many times, they want to buy a piece of land for development, or they wanted to buy a hotel, or they wanted to buy a commercial office building, and it happens, and that's what we were involved in. These assets, again, anywhere from 50 million to 250 million dollars. Now, so what we would do then is we would reach out to people in this database who we knew had those assets, because they're not always going to be clear. Now, we were representing clients on exclusive mandates. So in other words, if they came to us to sell their asset, we were the only ones that could sell it. So we were in a kind of a favored position. And this is the type of asset that could take 4, 5, 6 months, sometimes 9 months to sell. It was not a quick sell. Now, our job was to be able to utilize this type of database and not just send the presentation that we created, which could be 20 or 30 pages. It might be a pitch, not a pitch deck, but an investment prospectus that maybe was 5, 6 pages. We did not send it out to their CEOs or chairmen. We went through the line of contacts we had already developed relationships with, because the best person to show your opportunity to for that great your great business or your great real estate investment or your great financial investment proposal, it's not you, it's somebody within their own firm. So again, if you build that relationship with their associates, investment advisors, directors, and VPs, and explore how they handle the deal flow, the best opportunity that you're ever going to have is when they've given it to their chairman and CEO and said, listen, this is something we should take a look at further. And then that's when you get the permission to contact that chairman or CEO and said, listen, I was talking to so-and-so who's one of your directors, and they said I could contact you to get more information on that. And if you use that approach and build relationships with these contacts in the database, it's going to be your best strategy for fundraising in the Middle East. This is the type of seed capital and angel group you can find in my exclusive guide to Middle East capital. I created this exclusive database to help founders reach out to seed and angel investors with confidence. There is no other resource like it, period. And you can also check my ultimate guide to raising startup capital with over 140 pages, suitable for people who are doing first-time fundraising. That's something else that you can find on my Fiverr profile. So let's take a look at the database. So now we're over on the database section, and this is the Excel spreadsheet that includes all the contacts in the Middle East capital database. And as you can see on the very top, we've got 325 companies. We have their country, description of the firm, their main business interests, their websites, and they've all been verified. And of course, this database will be suitable for all of 2024. I also have included their investment targets, 1 and 2 and 3. So those are based on information that is publicly known, information that is on their websites of different investments and types of sectors that they will look at. So again, this database is really meant for people who are building a larger data set of Middle East companies to either approach for funding or to possibly promote their products to, because there's a blend of venture capital, private equity, family investment offices, and investment companies, and high-profile companies in the UAE that are led by UAE nationals. So it's a really great database for companies that really want to get a very good look at some of the key parties in the Middle East when it comes to raising capital. It also has their investment territory, which includes whether they're just looking at either the Middle East or whether they're looking MENA or whether they're looking global. I've also included their key real estate assets. If they're investment companies that tend to look at real estate, I've included those as well in this database. Now, it also has, as far as key touch points, it has their company emails, and in some cases it's not available because they want you to actually submit your details via their forum. But I'll get to the key stats a little bit later on, and you also saw that in the initial slide presentation. Telephone numbers and contact numbers. There are two what I call primary contacts, and then there's a third, which is the secondary contacts. The key contacts could include CEOs, managing directors, executive directors, and that is the same with the second contact title. You can see operations manager, directors of real estate, presidents, and so on and so on. And the main reason for that is so that you have a senior contact that you can reach out to. You can also check them on LinkedIn to get more details. In many cases, their email addresses have already been included, and I'm going to get to that again when we go to the stats page. And the third email contact tends to be somebody in HR. And the reason I've done that is because this database is very unique in the fact that I include outreach approach tips for each of these firms. There are two types. One is a outreach touch point if you know who the contact is. In other words, if it's been already identified by myself, then you could send them a line that I've included here in all the companies. For example, Saudi has a strong track record in urban development in Kuwait. Would you be interested in unique investment opportunity that complements your portfolio? And the reason I include these is to help people write their first letters, and also to show you that you should not be spamming this type of list with just a generic email approach talking about your company and the investment opportunity. This allows you to add a little bit of information about them, so whoever receives it is going to know that you did a little bit of work, and it should not be considered as spam. And the second reason here is I've got contact sourcing outreach approach, and this is if you do not know who the contact is. And this is really key because in some cases you may not have a contact, and this is the perfect way for you to introduce yourself. For example, in this case I put subject request for direct contact with investment division, and then as the body of the email may include, I believe you might be the right person to assist me. We're exploring potential investment opportunities that align with Salia's investments vision. Could you direct us to the person or team responsible for evaluating such opportunities? And you can see as I scroll down here, it is included in that type of line. They're all customized, of course. The same with the ones for the direct contacts that are known. They actually talk about something the company has done, something they've invested in, the sectors, or possibly what their company vision is. And this is really going to help you, especially if you're doing first-time fundraising, or if you just want to save time when it comes to your research for these type of firms. That's what makes this database unique. Another thing that makes it unique is it really sticks to mainly the type of companies that are either venture capital, private equity, investment companies. So there's no fluff in here. There's no companies in here that should not be in here. And that is the difference between this database and other databases that are out there that talk about investments and reaching out to other investors. For example, there's very little here when it comes to accelerators. There might be a couple of them, but it's not plugged full of what I would call just garbage contacts. These are really key companies that are perfect for reaching out to, whether you're raising funds or whether you want to present opportunities, whether it's real estate, investment opportunities, and the like. So let's take a look at some of the stats. So the underlying stats are there's 470 firms, 340 prime contacts, 90 third tier contacts, and 90 email contacts when it comes to the third tier. So you're getting about 400 and a little over 450 emails, and the total company emails are 275. So those would be info at, admin at, that sort. So that's a really key overview of the database. Again, this is going to be a series where I'm going to highlight each of the contacts, but if you're interested in this particular database, just reach out to me on my Fiverr profile below. My master database includes 400,000 verified global contacts. That includes angel investors, family investment offices, pension funds, hedge funds, private equity databases, REITs, Middle East premium high net worth and ultra high net worth investors database, venture capital lists and investment banks. I also help clients with pitch deck reviews and corporate fundraising presentations. If you're just getting ready to send your presentation out to an investor, send it to me. I have a service on Fiverr where I will review it for you. Approximately 80% of the presentations that I get sent are not suitable to be sent out to investors. For more information on my databases and fundraising services, click my Fiverr link below. Thank you for watching, and please like, share, and subscribe.